the thing about electronics is that you never know what you're going to get, especially with projects like that. So keep your eyes open for little toys, play with them. Everything in the world is an instrument, whether it's a tool or a doorbell or a phone or a real instrument like one of these. You should view it as from a musician's perspective, view it as an instrument. Play with it and be musical with it. Be musical with your friends with it. Me and Buddy in the front row right here, we could jam out with some sticks, right? Or some shoes, right? You use anything to be musical, right? So, yeah, right. And so I'll share with you here before we run out of time. My first, well, I can't say my first love in music, but like I said, I learned to play trumpet when I was a kid. And in high school, I thought trumpet was kind of lame. And so I started to play the electric bass instead. And this is the instrument that really made me realize that I wanted to be a musician for the rest of my life. And so this is like the double bass's little brother. It's an electric bass, uses power, right? Metal strings. And I started to play this, and when I first started to play this instrument, I was pretty much playing stuff like this. All right, yeah, Black Sabbath. And so I was learning songs like that. They were, easy. And so I started to get better. And I joined a jazz band, a jazz rock band in high school. And I started to play stuff that went like. And then I started to realize that that was about all I was going to do as a bass player for the rest of my life. That or this. I started taking lessons and practicing, and I started to do something that I was talking to you about earlier, which was to view music from lots of different angles. And I played instruments with the most musicianship that I can, regardless of what that instrument's capabilities are. And so that's what I've done with the electric bass, which is a beautiful instrument and very, very capable. And I've grown to enjoy it very much. And you can play lots of different styles on this instrument, and I'm going to give you an example of a few. I can try to make this sound a little bit like my double bass when I walk jazz bass line. Sound like a jazz bass like that. I can play rock and roll type stuff like I played for you earlier. Very versatile instrument. And then after a while I started taking lessons with this guy who played this style on the electric bass that they call Slappin da. And so instead of using my fingers like I did on the double bass over there, I use my thumb and one of my other fingers to kind of pull and snap the strings. So you get a sound like this. I feel limited. So you start doing that, and then you start doing it faster. And then I learned that you can add two fingers over here. So I started to go not like this, but like this. Which is pretty cool. And so then I was like, man, this is so cool. It makes a lot of noise. So I want to start adding things in. And I learned that you can make sounds with your left hand without using your right hand. And so if you can do that, the one-handed bass player, right? The two-handed bass player. And so I enjoy playing those two hands. And then I learned that you can do this thing like this, it just kind of makes a dull noise. That, and you combine that with the other sounds I showed you, and you start to get some pretty cool stuff. And on here, and it kind of keeps the bass a little quieter. But by using two hands, you can make very beautiful sounds using this instrument. And this is a little song that I actually wrote about 12 years ago, and I forgot about it until this morning. So I thought I'd try to remember it and play it for you. Thought I might try to remember it and play it for you now, and it'll be the last thing I play, and I thank you for listening.